Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Circular Economy Pioneers Virtual Talks series. And today we have a special guest. It's Christine Levesque, who is the independent expert at Advents. Christine, welcome, and thank you for being with us today. Today I have a question to Christine about the supply chain in the plastics recycling. So my question is, Christine, consumers, governments, NGOs, manufacturers and brands are all making firm commitments to transform their plastic supply chains to achieve greater circularity and to work towards the net zero future. And to achieve these targets, the transformation of supply chain and new forms of supply chain collaboration is needed to achieve these global targets, global commitments. However, I believe that we face a lot of challenges towards these new forms of supply chain collaborations. And I would like to ask you if you could share with us what do you think, what are these challenges?
Okay, thank you, Gokar. Actually, what I intend to provide to the participants on the first day of the summit is a bird's-eye view of the few advanced recycling plants that are in operation today. So that is what I will be doing during the conference. And now to answer your question on the main challenge to adapt the supply chain to these advanced recycling plants, I would just call on Mr. Lavoisier, a nice scientist that 250 years ago told each of us that on Mother Earth, nothing is being created, nothing is lost, everything is transferred. And an old waste manager, as I once used to be, would translate that sentence by garbage in, garbage out. So actually, what we need to solve as equation in the value chain to get the adequate feedstock for the technologies that are being developed and that are actually already existing since decades. When we talk about pyrolysis, gasification, pyrolysis, these are well-mastered technologies that are already applied on a wide variety of feedstocks. But when it comes to applying those technologies on a feedstock of waste plastics, it becomes much more difficult, actually, because of the heterogeneity of the waste in itself. So for me, the main challenge there is across the value chain to decide where we will remove the garbage, because we need to remove the garbage somewhere. And what is garbage for an advanced recycling plant? Garbage for a chemical reactor means actually everything, but the specific chains of polymers that these technologies are able to process. You can think, if you take a feedstock of waste packaging, of the labels, inks, and polymers containing non-desirable atoms for the reaction, like chlor in PVC or oxygen in PET, which are both not very welcome in a pyrolysis reactor, for instance. Will you remove this garbage up front of the reactor by actually mechanically sorting the feedstock and imposing a quality requirement to your supply chain provider? Or will you decide to work and extract the garbage downstream of the reactor by purifying your products? If you choose for a quality pre-sorted feedstock, you run the risk that you won't find a volume large enough on the market to feed a full-scale unit. And if you choose for a robust reactor that can manage impurities, manage this garbage, you face low production yields and a high treatment cost of the rejects. And in both cases, I would say it's much more an economical challenge than a technical one. And I look forward to elaborating this a bit further on March 10, Gokar.
Okay, great. Thank you, Christine, for your interesting reply. And just to finalize, where do we stand today? So we do have the challenges. Do you think that we have moved, let's say, in the past 5-10 years?
A lot is going on indeed, and what I can notice, and I will come back on that on March 10, is that you need to adapt to the feedstock, and the feedstock need to adapt to the technology. And this is an iterative process where you can see clearly in the last 2-3 years an enormous amount of cross links between the technologists of the supply chain and the technologists of the process when it comes to advanced recycling.
Christine, thank you for your time today. I look forward. I think that we had it triggered the interest. So I look forward to hearing more during your presentation on the Go Circular virtual summit on the 10th of March. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Goka.